Hey guys, my name is Bhavin and today is going to be a short video. Today's video is going to be about 3 tips on staying and studying in Toronto. So the number 1 tip I want to give today is about accommodation. So you have planned everything, you have got your acceptance letter and you are ready to fly. But you're still worried about one important thing. Where you're going to stay, how you're going to find where you're going to stay and who you're going to stay with. And most importantly, how much will it cost for you to stay where you want to stay, and do you want to stay near the school, near the college? Firstly, you have to decide where is it that you're going to stay. It is really important to stay near your college or your school because it reduces your commute time, which is kind of helpful. So if you're like me and your college is in downtown and you would really like to stay in downtown, it is kind of really difficult to find a good rental place on a budget. If you want to stay in downtown, be ready to shell out at least like $500 to $600 to find a nice rental place, and that too if you're staying with a roommate. If you're staying alone, it's gonna double that price, so around $900 to $1,000 if you're staying by yourself in downtown. So if your college is in downtown, then it's kind of a little bit expensive to stay in downtown. But what most students do is, like, instead of staying in the core downtown area, they stay a little bit far. The commute time is a little bit more, but it saves you a lot of cash, it saves you a lot on the rental payment. But then the commute time is like 15 to 20 minutes more, which should be fine. That being said, it is not impossible. Like, you can really find a good place on a budget in downtown. So always like try to go through different places, try to go to different options before you finalize and lock one option down. Secondly, there's a lot of websites if you want to find a rental place here in Toronto. One of the best, which I personally use, is viewit.ca. I'm going to leave the link in the description below so you guys can go and check it out. It is one of the most easiest and one of the most convenient place to find rental units. Everything is certified, everything goes through a check, and you will find good legit places online through viewit.ca. And you also have other websites like Kijiji, where you can contact directly with the homeowner or the landlords who are renting out their units in the house. But I find if you use Viewit, you find commercial places which are specifically built to rent out. You get a better option using viewit.ca rather than Kijiji. But you never know, you try both your options and leverage whatever is important for you and go with what feels best for you. And third and last but not the least, it is a really good idea to stay with someone, find a roommate. It does 2 things. It not only splits all your expenses in 2 and your workload in 2, but it also helps you talk to someone when you come home. Since you're new here in Toronto and you miss your family, you miss your friends, it is always a good idea to stay with someone so you can talk, have a chat, discuss with them about your day, listen to how their day was. And it keeps you engaged with someone in the room instead of staying alone and being bored. Also, before I forget, it is really important to find a good roommate, someone who you can connect to, someone who you can talk with, because you don't want to end up with someone who you hate later on, because you have to stay with the roommate for maybe a year or a couple of months, and you want to be able to share your thoughts and go along while you are here. So yeah, choose wisely. That is the most important. Choose your roommates wisely. My second tip is on food and eating out. Toronto is pretty diverse in all sorts of ways, including the variety of food that you get here. In Toronto, you'll find food from Middle Eastern, India, China, Russia. There's a whole lot of options for you to choose from when you want to eat out or you want to bring stuff home. I think Toronto is one of the very few places in the world where you have a chance to taste different types of cuisines from all over the globe. Seriously, you guys are gonna love the number of options that you have in terms of eating out. Also, heads up to vegetarians, if you're buying something in the supermarket, or if you're buying something, if you're having a dinner outside or lunch outside, be sure to double check the ingredients in your food before you order them or you buy them. You can always ask the cashier or the person at the store to ask them if you're not clear what the ingredients are. And now that I've mentioned about supermarkets, let me give you some options on the types of supermarkets that we have here where you can buy groceries from. The first one that comes to mind is No Frills. No Frills is one of the budget-friendly options that you have here in Toronto, where you can find all sorts of food options. No Frills is very reasonably priced and very good fit for a student here, and the grocery stores are nice and clean and hygienic, and you find lots of options. Like you can find food from India, you can find food from China. There are also other options like Food Basics, Freshco, Loblaws, but these tend to go like higher in prices as you go to a more luxurious brand. Food Basics, Loblaws and No Frills are like the 3 budget friendly options if you're staying here, and they have good quality food. It is not like you're getting cheap stuff. Also, for my Indian friends out there, you have various Indian grocery stores, like specific Indian grocery stores everywhere around in Toronto. If you have any specific needs or if you want any specific item that is only found in India, I'm pretty sure they'll be found at these specific like Indian grocery stores. All you need to do is just Google Indian grocery store and you'll find the nearest like store which sells you Indian groceries. Also, Raba is another option. Raba is like a superstore or a grocery store which is open 24 hours. So if you're one of those people who are working night shifts or odd times of the day when the supermarket is closed, you can always go to Raba and find food, or you can find groceries for yourself. Whoa, that was close. So my last tip would be on commuting. So Toronto has this universal Metro Pass system where you can buy a Metro Pass and you can use all of the transport which is available in the city, that is Toronto, which includes subway, like the trains, you have streetcars and buses. So the Metro Pass works like magic around the city if you're using the 3 modes of transport that I just mentioned, and it looks like this, and it costs around $116 and change for a student Metro Pass. And to get a student discount on the Metro Pass, you have to make a student ID with the TTC, which is the Toronto Transit Commission, and which looks like this. This pass can be made on various metro stations around Toronto. You can also buy the Metro Pass from the vending machines at the metro stations or at the booth at the metro stations. Also, an important tip to help you get moving around the city when you're new here is you can download the apps like Transit, City Mapper. All of these have simplified transit options for you, which will show you the shortest possible route from point A to point B. It is pretty useful, do check them out. So that was it for today's video. I hope you found these tips useful. If you have any questions, if you want to know more, if you want me to explain something in more detail, do let me know in the comment section below, or you can also like my Facebook page, or you can ask questions on the Facebook page. The reason you can ask it on the Facebook page is because if you have the same question and I answer there, someone else having the same question can benefit from it as well. Or you can ask it on Twitter. So all the links in the description below where to follow me and ask me questions. And I hope you liked the video. I hope you found the video useful for you if you're new to Toronto and if you're planning to come to Toronto. If there's anything else you need to know, do let me know in the comment section below. Until next time.